Well, you all know it's my favourite part of the week. It's Talking Pints, and I've got Gary Goldsmith joining me. Gary.
Hello, sir. Love to see you.
Not the first drink we've had together.
No, we've had a few.
But we'll keep that quiet.
Viva the Cavendish. Hello, sir.
Gary, let's have a look at you. The big promo clip for Celebrity Big Brother.
Gary Goldsmith, the uncle to the future Queen of our country, Catherine Middleton, the current Princess of Wales. She is simply perfect. First time I met William, Catherine was cooking and William said, "Hi, do you want a cup of tea?" Very normal. I often read that people think I'm a bit of a bad boy. It'd be lovely to put the record straight, but winding people up is probably my favourite hobby. Every part of me is just riddled with mischief and danger. You know, I'm an absolute nightmare to live with. There's a reason why I've had 4 wives.
Only 4 wives, Gary? I thought it was more than that.
4 wives, 1 daughter. I think I've got that the wrong way round, haven't I? I'm not sure which way round it would have been more expensive these days, but yes, it's
the funny thing is,
fun.
Because of your niece, you're somebody that, you know, has been written about. You're somebody that's had Sunday newspaper stings. You're somebody that's been painted out to be the black sheep, the wild lad, etc. And yet, you didn't choose this life of fame and celebrity. It sort of fell upon you, didn't it?
I think Catherine is amazing for our country, and what she's doing, I think, is a brilliant, brilliant job. And if I happen to be the fall guy for it, it's something that I'm willing to take on. I think it's... I remember when we first got the note that Catherine was seeing William.
Yeah.
One of my best friends called me the Count of Slough because he reckons that's only 1 letter out. Apologies. But, yeah, sorry. But I'll deal with that, and whatever happens.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do my best in life, but occasionally things get magnified or distorted.
Well, that's the media. Yes, I mean, if you give them an opening,
you know,
I've been through it. But you decided to go on Celebrity Big Brother. That wasn't avoiding media. That was saying, I'm up for it.
I'm trying to change perceptions. And it was all about my daughter, in truth. So my daughter didn't really tell any of her friends at university who she was related to until right at the end when she was graduating. And I thought, well, that was a bit sad that she felt that way. She didn't want to be tarnished or labelled. And I thought, well, if also when you get to that sort of 60 mark, and I'm very close to it now, why say no to anything? So I'm going to say yes to pretty much anything that comes my way.
That's a good philosophy. Well, I did the same. I'm a bit older than you. I'm 60. I'm nearer 60 than you are, just. And I did I'm a Celebrity Get Me Out of Here last November.
I know, because I interviewed for it.
You know, and
got the gig.
I got through to the last day.
You got the gig.
Why did they get rid of you, Gary?
What, in BB?
Yeah, I mean, you were the centre of all the news attention.
Yeah, no, so 35 million hits, 61% of headlines, but who's counting? But when it all happened, they changed the format because they wanted Sharon there, so they thought it'd be great for ratings. So they created a format. And to be fair, I'm not a celebrity, I'm related to one. I was afforded the opportunity to be there. And I think it looked very uncomfortable for me the first 2 days when I've looked back, but that wasn't really necessarily the truth. It was just, you know, everything's down to an edit.
Oh, I know.
Of course you know.
Yeah.
But,
did you enjoy it, though?
Oh, it was the best thing I've ever done.
Really?
Do you know, I had this little sneaky peek of what it's like to be a celebrity without having the fallout or the attention. They were hoping that I would win that vote, massively.
Well,
because,
what happens?
Because there was loads of things going on.
What happens?
But as most of my friends said, it's first out or last out. that was probably the gig with me.
Gary, somehow, you know, and you didn't come with any great privileges of birth or anything like that, but you seem to have made money pretty quickly in your life and made a reasonable sum, quite a lot of money, many would say. What was the secret to doing well?
But people don't ever acknowledge this, and thank you for the opportunity to mention it. My sister and I both were multi before we were 30, and we did that independently from relatively humble stock. I don't like people saying it's common stock, 'cause there's nothing about their family that's common at all. It's humble stock. So mum was an accounts clerk, dad was a painter and decorator, and there was mum miscarried in between the pair of us, hence there's a 10-year gap, which a 10-year gap with children is very difficult to manage. They both had to have 2 jobs to make sure there was always someone home for the pair of us. The simple answer to the question is hard work. They just said I would prefer someone who worked for me, who tried really hard, as opposed to being the most talented or the luckiest, because hard work is something you can control yourself. And I do think that I work very hard.
Well, you must have done well.
I work 7 days a week in a startup.
Yeah, and then someone comes along and offers you a load of money. It's 20 years ago nearly, isn't it? And suddenly it's Gary Goldsmith, it's Rolls Royces, it's a big house in Ibiza, and it's kind of party time, isn't it?
Yes, the wheels came off a little bit. So that's, it was a very unfortunate set of circumstances that all of that happened to me. I am far, far, far from an innocent in all of that circumstance. But, when somebody targets you for 2 years, brings coke into your house and asks how to cut it, and you just do it and I give it back to them, there's no pictures of me actually doing that stuff. Again, I'm far from innocent. Well, but it was the 100%.
But it was known as Le Maison Bang Bang for some reason.
Okay, it had a few names. The Maison de Bang Bang was blessed be to my mate Mike Smith, who came up with that name. But the idea was it was banging house music.
Is that right?
That's what it was all.
Right. I think the tabloids took that rather differently.
Yeah, they certainly did. They certainly did. There were many other names we could mention, but we won't even go there. But it was about banging house music, so we changed the name of the house to protect the innocent.
Are we looking at a Gary Goldsmith that's calmed down a bit?
I've never been the person that they portray me to be. That version of me is a caricature that's, it's almost a Simpsons character of being the evil one.
Yeah. The naughty uncle. Yeah.
Well, I can join a list now, can't I? So there are many ahead of me. The way things are going, I could make their 5-a-side team. So it's a bit naughty. Yeah, probably. I was slightly out of control when I lost mum and dad. I did go off the rails, 100%.
No, people do.
But the thing is that I never lost any business, I never lost any friends, and I never lost any of our companies. No. They actually went from strength to strength because all of my friends circled the wagons and went out to protect me, knowing the truth behind that. So, but again, Nigel. I'm not an innocent.
No. I think we kind of get that.
I'm not an innocent with this.
What is very, very clear, Gary, is that you adore your niece. Oh, yeah. And I wonder, how is she? I mean, I know you can't say too much, but how is she?
I think she's got the best support infrastructure on the planet, and she's got the best people looking after her. I just thought I don't understand all this stuff at the moment because it doesn't really play out. When I employ people or have people working for me, if something's going on in their lives, I see you when I see you. Off you go, toodle pip, sort out everything you need to do. And that's what we do for people. And they've been very clear and transparent with Sue at Easter. And nothing has changed.
No, well, the photograph didn't help, did it?
Well, to be fair, I did actually say there's not a chance in hell that Catherine would have photoshopped that herself. And then she says she did. My inside track absolutely went sideways there. Yeah. But the obvious thing, I can see the picture there. They are a beautiful family, and the smiles should have been the centre stage, not sleevegate.
Yeah, well, we live with a very cynical press, and the problem if you're in the royal family is you can't really fight back. It's very, very hard for them. You made your views very, very clear on Harry and Meghan just before you went into with the Sun newspaper, just before you went into the Bring Back. It's interesting though, isn't it? I mean, at some point, Harry, I've got this feeling at some point Harry comes back, things fall to pieces over there. Do you think we'll be forgiving of him?
I think he should give up his title.
Do you?
I generally think, I don't think you throw your family under the bus and they expect to be invited around for Christmas. And there's a certain amount of arrogance and naivety to this whole episode that just doesn't ring true. I would prefer him to be magnanimous and give it up, because when he does come back, well, we all loved Harry. Harry was special.
Absolutely.
And he had the best job in the world. He had an opportunity to do good of his choice. The Invictus Games is amazing. He's doing amazingly good work. Yeah. But then suddenly, give yourself an opportunity to catch your breath and come back when the time is right. I'm not sure he'll be a married man when he does, though.
No, I'd rather agree with that. Well, I have to say, I'm not an angel. Gary Goldsmith, thank you for joining me on Talking Pints.
Carl.